Check. 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 Just making sure the sound is right. I don't know how my mixer got moved down a little bit, but I'm about to go and put the tape on my shit like I used to do back in the day, in the radio days. Put the tape on there and I know exactly where my levels are supposed to be. What's up, Free? What's up, Free? Appreciate you being in here tonight. Appreciate everybody else that's stopped through so far. It's just a few of us in here. You know, we ain't got enough for 2 tunk games yet. Need a couple more people in here to get, get right. I got a couple things I want to say tonight. And just in case, if anybody is wondering. I hear motherfuckers looking for me. I'm here, motherfuckers. Whoever's looking for me, I'm here, goddammit. So we gonna die right now, though. Sister Shannon. Over on the Facebook space. See, God don't like ugly. God's like, see, you about to say something slick. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him right early. So don't worry, God. We really about to do something in here. We might have a little church tonight. You know, I didn't do a Sunday service, so we might have to have a late night Monday service, maybe even going into Tuesday. It might be almost a revival up in this bitch tonight. So I appreciate everybody that's gonna stop through. And I just got a few things I gotta say. I think there's some silliness going on out here, some silly shit. So I'm going to speak on the silly shit too. You know, I'm going to talk about the seriousness of things, but I'm also going to speak on some silly shit. We got a lot of silly shit going on online, and that's okay. That's okay. Because when you have silly shit, then there's got to be silly shit kickers. And I am deputizing myself. You see my badge up in that motherfucker? You see my badge on the screen. My badge says that I am deputized to be a runaway slave patrol. And I'm patrolling all the runaway slaves. I ain't capturing a motherfucker up in this bitch. Run, run. If there's a gate, let me hold that motherfucker for you. All right? That's just where I am with shit right now. You motherfuckers better understand me. I've been getting a little bit more reserved in the way I'm streaming. So, you know, because I'm watching so much bullshit out here. You motherfuckers, boy, I tell you. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and I'm over here on Haps distributing all this shit. Yeah, you gotta understand, it's fall time, summer's over. It's time for you to really gather your thoughts and shit. You're about to get into your gift giving seasons and shit. You're about to give out a whole bunch of candy this month. Next month it's gonna be Thanksgiving, and then December is Christmas when you give a whole bunch of other useless shit to people. Candy's useless. That's why I say it's useless. And Thanksgiving, I don't know what the fuck we thank people for. We getting fucked up in this motherfucker, but I guess we got to be thankful for family, and we got to be thankful for friends, and we got to be thankful for all that. But there's not a lot more to be thankful for if you are indeed a freedman. And this is Freedman Media. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm trying to tell people to get your thoughts aligned going into this fall, winter season. It's going to be a different one. It's going to be a different one than what it was last year. I tried to tell people shit ain't going to never be the same again. We'll never get back to that level of normalcy that we had at one time. But that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes you got to shake things up a little with a pandemic. I don't know. But we're never, ever, ever going back to the way things were prior to March of 2020. We'll never go back. My birthday party will be known as one of the greatest birthday parties ever of 2020 because it was one of the only ones. Shit. The pandemic started right after my birthday and shit. So I'm glad I got my 50th in. Appreciate you, Ray. Appreciate you, Dana. Shit. If it hadn't been for them, they wouldn't have pulled it off. Them two did it. They did the thing. Banfield, that was their last big brown liquor night, you know, because now Banfield's is closed. I had one of the last parties, if not the last party in that motherfucker. Who can say that? Who can say that they had one of the last, if not the last, birthday parties in Banfield's? Not many, but I can. So yeah, we rolling up on 10 minutes and I ain't said a motherfucking thing yet, but I said something. You know I'm here. Few people in the chat, they ain't saying nothing. They being quiet. They just letting Free do her thing. They know Free run wild at first, you know, putting up all the hashtags, the sites, and letting motherfuckers know where to find me when they can't find me here. It's Freedman Media. Here's the thing. And I know that motherfuckers been looking for me and shit, so I just want to let them know. I'm here, motherfuckers. If you've been looking for me, I'm here now, god damn it. I'm here. Come hither. Sit your ass down, because you're going to fucking learn today, motherfucker. You're going to learn today. See, what's happened is I think everybody thinks that they can just talk shit to motherfuckers because we are online. You know, you really can't do shit to a motherfucker when you're online. What you gonna do? Just keep hitting your keyboard and shit? Yeah, that's why you can't be getting upset at these motherfuckers on here. I already told you, I'm not going back and forth with you niggas. I'm not. I never will. It's beneath me to go back and forth over some fuck shit. I used to do that dumb shit. Thinking like something could come out of it. Maybe we could figure. No, I'm not. Everybody starts on 2 strikes, motherfucker. You fuck up, you're out. I'm not giving you 3 strikes. I'm giving you 2. You already got the 2. So I'm only giving you 1 strike. Swing and a miss, that's your ass. Get your ass back to the dugout. We'll see you next time. If you foul the ball off, we're done too. Nah, this ain't baseball. This ain't baseball. So I ain't gonna give you a foul ball and you get a hit. No. You better hit what I throw. If not, kick rocks, bitch. Kick rocks, bitch. So, I tell you, the wonderful state that I live in in the state of Michigan. Most people know that by now, if they're fucking with me heavy enough. You know I live in the state of Michigan, the Mitten. I live in the Mitten, and the Mitten has its multitude of affairs. You know, I mean, you're gonna find your melting pots. You're gonna find your, areas where it may be densely populated with black folks. You're gonna find all areas densely populated with white folks. Okay. Then there's communities all over the state. You'll find your Asian factions and your Latino factions. And, I got to stop saying Middle East. I guess that is actually wrong. There's no such thing as Middle East. It was a made up phrase from what I heard now. And I'm going to ride with that until somebody tells me different, but it's some bullshit. It's some fucking bullshit. I just dropped my stern. That's a fucking bullshit. That's bullshit. I just dropped my stern. All right. So, things have been happening in Michigan, and I don't particularly like everything that is happening in Michigan right now. It's a wonderful state. You want to raise your family in Michigan. You can give them a lot of diversity, you can learn a lot of different things, And Friedman, you can come here, you can learn a lot of Black history in Michigan. You're going to learn more than they're going to teach you, so come get the knowledge. You got to snatch that shit. I've had to snatch it. I didn't know a lot of shit that I knew growing up. Now that I know now, I didn't know that shit growing up. I'm not even ashamed to say that I didn't know it growing up. I mean, I grew up in Ann Arbor, Michigan. They weren't trying to pull that. But I've learned, and shout out to the people who did learn a lot of Black history, by having those Black teachers back in the day and shit. Some of them Black teachers was on point. They didn't give a fuck because they really couldn't teach the Black history curriculum in the class, but they pulled you to the side and gave you that knowledge. Some of us were really, really lucky to have teachers like that. And I didn't catch a lot of ism that way, but I had I had a few Black men teachers that were really like father figures to me. And I just appreciated that education. That I think that helped me be a better man. That helped me be a better father. They didn't kick a lot of the Black history to me, but what they did show me was how to be a man, how to be respectful. And although I've had my fucked upness out here in the game, but I think I am, for the most part, a respectable person when dealing with others. But you know, the shit that's been going on in my state, man, I'm not proud of it. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not proud of it. And I don't know if y'all heard about this bullshit, but just before I get into my shit, for all the motherfuckers that's been talking shit, just letting you motherfuckers know, here I go. So yeah. Uh-oh. There's a lot of shit dropping. And in the spirit of having a lot of shit drop, let's drop some game tonight. Here's the thing. As I said, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with my state right now. I'm not happy with the state of affairs in my state. Oh no. Oh no. We got a lot of fuck shit going on around here. Our governor is on something different. You know what I'm saying? But she's really not, you know? She's really not. She's really on the same shit that the Democrats have been on since the fucking beginning. Basically, what she does is she throws out that fake shit. She throws out that shit that ain't gonna move our needle once, but she'll throw out some shit that'll make us feel good. She'll throw out some shit that'll make us feel good up in this piece. We feel good when Big Gretch talks to us. Oh, y'all coon ass niggas. When y'all said Big Gretch, I was like, oh no. Are you really doing this shit? Big Gretch? When I heard that shit, I got sick to my stomach. Big Gretch. Really? I know Big Meech is like, for real niggas? Really? Can I come home at least before you give somebody my fucking name? Big Gretch. And then bought her some motherfucking puffs. You motherfuckers don't know politics. You don't know you can't fucking buy a gift like that for a politician. They can only accept gifts up to a certain dollar amount, and you motherfuckers went and bought some $3,000 fucking sunglasses. You coon ass niggas. That's not political. Buying a fucking governor some goddamn Cardis? That ain't political. That's pitiful. Fuck is wrong with you niggas? Fucking sunglasses for the governor. She's like, no, I wear Ray-Bans. I don't wear Cardis. I wear Ray-Bans. We let you niggas spend all that money on them glasses, and we just go get us a $50 pair of Ray-Bans, baby. And we take that other $29.50 and we go do something with it that we can move the needle with. We don't put $3,000 on our nose or kill each other over it. Stupid shit. So, yeah. She's with it again. She's doing it again. She's doing it. She's doing it. She's giving us shit that ain't really shit, but it makes it look like it's shit for us. Just like all Democrats do. That's what they do. They make it look like it's for us. That's why I say they can make it smell good. They can make it sound good. They can make it feel good. I just want it to be good. It can be ugly as a motherfucker. I might not even like it. But if it's really, really good, shit, dude, I'll take it. So yeah, man, where I'm at right now, I'm fed up with all of the bullshit that ain't shit. But we're going to start with the governor because then we're going to come back home. You know, we're going to go statewide, but we're going to come back home. We're going to come right back to the D. But y'all know back in the day, they wouldn't let us, you know, they wouldn't let us buy houses and shit, you know, and they wouldn't even let us live in certain neighborhoods and shit. You know how they did us back in the day. Hell, how they do us right now, shit. But back in the day, you know, they used to be real funky with it. But the thing was, when they made these auto plants and shit, we had to have a place to live. We gonna work at the motherfucker. We gotta have a place to live. We wasn't gonna live in the motherfucking plant. So the motherfucker who made the plant, the Ford, I don't know which one it was, Edsel, Henry, I don't know who it was. Bill Ford, could be, I don't know. It's the motherfuckers that own the Detroit Lions. The same motherfuckers that need to sell the Detroit Lions. That's who owned them. They decided to build homes and shit, projects, basically. They decided to build some projects. So the Negroes who worked at Ford, you know, they could get to work on time and they could put some shit. Basically what they was doing is like, you know what, we're going to make is just a little nigger town. Okay? Here, let me get into it because I know some of y'all don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. So, you know, I want to talk to you about, you know, Inkster. That was, you know, kind of formerly like Nigga Town. Shout out to all the family that I've had live in Inkster. I've had a lot of family live in Inkster. I got family and friends that live in Inkster now. You know. But y'all know it was Nigga Town. Okay. So this will make all the sense in the world. Let me go ahead and cut the beats. Just so y'all can understand me here. All right. Ooh, that changes when the shit stops coming through the headphones. That's why I think I'll be getting so into it, because it'll be all up in my headphones. Peace to everybody that's in here from YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Guess there's no more Periscope. I didn't really fuck with Periscope anyway, but you know, I got an official announcement that Periscope is like down like forever. So it says Governor Whitmer announced 5 projects, not housing projects, in Michigan, helping preserve sites and history related to the African American struggle. They're going to preserve sites and history related to the African American struggle. So we're about to have drive-by museums showing us how the fuck they oppressed us. See, that's when we used to treat niggas like that. That's right over there. Yep, right over. Can you pass me a Capri Sun, please? Yeah, this is another place where only niggas could go. Can I get some popcorn? Really, motherfucker? This is what y'all doing now? Y'all got drive-by fucking museums of oppression. Listen. For equality, I have been. Let me just start it all over because I got to run through it. Governor Whitmer announced 5 projects in Michigan helping preserve sites and history related to the African American struggle for equality have been awarded $1,406,709 in federal grant funding through the National Park Service African American Civil Rights Program. The Michigan State Historic Preservation Office, that's why I put that in there, State Historic Preservation Office, SHPO, SHPO is the acronym, of the Michigan Strategic Fund, was one of the grant recipients with a, listen, $50,000 to document the history of Black housing in the city of Inkster. So you gotta understand the significance of this. You hear me? You ready? One of the grant's recipients got $50,000 to document the Black housing history in the city of Inkster. Now, if that's just not the bee's knees, if that is not the cat's meow, really? $50,000 So basically, they're just going to pay somebody a year's salary to write about the history of black housing in the city of Inkster. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're going to do? Okay. There's more. These federal grants will help us shine a light. I've already read this shit, so I already know what it says. So for the people who have not read this, I know what it says. That's why I hit that note like that. These federal grants will help us shine a light on the places and experiences vital to the civil rights movement in Michigan. So once again, they are going to shed a light on where we were discriminated against. This is now being made news for the new generation. Come on over. We're going to go down to the museum where they used to discriminate niggas. Oh, it's not really a museum. It's just Inkster. Yeah. We may not even have to get out of our cars. We can just drive through the areas where they discriminated against black people. It's now being preserved. I got to read it again because Governor Whitmer said something. Oh, this is what she said, though. These federal grants will help us shine a light on the Gretchen said this, y'all. Big Gretch. Big Gretch. These federal grants will help us shine a light on the places and experiences vital to the civil rights movement in Michigan. So let me explain something. If somebody doesn't understand this, hopefully they will after I say this. The civil rights movement was not a good movement. To celebrate the civil rights movement is to say that we were so fucked up out here, we had to ask. We had to ask for people to be nice to us, for people to be civil to us. And now they're going to shine a light on the places and experiences vital to that movement. The civil rights movement is not a great time in American history. It was a time that needed to happen, but it was not a successful time in American history. To have us get to the civil rights movement after 246 years of slavery and to have us go 100 years from 1865 to 1965 and us to be in the midst of a civil rights movement, that wasn't progress. I mean, it wasn't progress. Slavery to the civil rights movement. And I know people are going to say, well, there was progress because, black people weren't getting killed. Yes, we were. Well, black people weren't getting beat. Oh, yes, we were. We were getting dog sicked on us. We were getting fire hosed. We were having hot coffee and shit poured on us in fucking diners just because we wanted to eat a cheeseburger. Now, granted, I'm still not going to say that the civil rights era was worse than slavery because it wasn't. But goddamn, you want to call that progress? Take these lashes, or here's these dogs in fire hoses. Really? We will preserve these sites to tell the story of housing discrimination in Michigan and pass on the enduring lessons of the past to build a just future. You're going to highlight, because you said you're going to shine a light. And if you shine a light on something, you tend to highlight it. So you're going to highlight the struggle of black people in the city of Inkster and make this a teachable lesson? To build a just future. You're going to build more of America's future off the bloodshed, hate, disdain for black people. Really? Huh? Huh? It doesn't get better, but we must continue. The SHPO, that is the, what do you call it again? State Historic Preservation Office. The SHPO grant was one of 5 projects in Michigan to receive a 2020 year funding from the National Park Service African American Civil Rights Grant Program. Woo, that's a lot. The other 4 projects, here we go. Russell Woods, Sullivan neighborhood in Detroit, Second Baptist Church of Detroit, restoration of the Detroit Urban League, and the restoration and preservation of Malcolm X's house in Inkster. The SHPO will utilize its grant to document the history. Excuse me. The SHPO will utilize its grant to document the history of Black housing in Inkster from 1920, it's right around Black Wall Street time, to 1970, the year that one of the greatest motherfuckers was ever born. Okay. Oh, sorry. And conduct a survey of the following sites to determine the eligibility for listing in the National Register of Historic Places. So this right here is really, really big, because what it's going to do is it's going to conduct a survey of the following sites to determine the eligibility for listing in the National Register of Historic Places. Who gives a fuck? I mean, really, who gives a fuck whether they're eligible to be in the listing of the National Register of Historic Places? Is there any restorative justice for the discrimination? What can we get out of this as Inkster residents? That's what Inkster residents need to be looking for. Every Inkster resident that's renting right now, they should be becoming eligible for a fucking home loan. No more renting in Inkster. Stop paying them people rent. Get them a mortgage. You want to make something happen, Gretch? Big Gretch? Let's get more Black home ownership like it used to be in Inkster and get out the slumlords. I don't give a fuck. Force them to sell the house. I don't give a fuck. But they got to stop gouging motherfuckers with high ass rent in Inkster. And if they don't like it, sell. Sell them bitches. We got people on deck. State, buy the houses. Buy the houses at fair market value. And then give them to Black people and get home loans. So here are the 5 sites that are up for eligibility. The 500 Ford Inkster Project homes, the George Washington Carver Homes for Public Housing Complex, the Lemoyne's Garden Public Housing Complex, a 1957 urban renewal project. You know what urban renewal means? Okay. The subdivision of mid-century modern homes built east of Inkster Road on Lehigh and Hopkins Streets. So we had redlining single-family dwellings, and then there were 3 housing projects that they're looking to preserve. So when people come to town, they can say, hey, look over there. That's where niggas that worked at Ford, that's where they had to live. In the projects. I mean, you worked at Ford. I mean, eventually there were people that worked at Ford that could buy their own home. Eventually, when they allowed us to get home loans. But initially, you worked at Ford, whether you could afford to buy a home or not, you lived in the projects. This was purposeful. This was purposeful. Listing in the National Register of Historic Places would qualify these properties for participation in historic preservation incentive programs, okay, including the state's new historic preservation tax credit. Oh boy, we better do this to get the state tax credit. Now, you're on the Register of Historic Places. Wouldn't you be already receiving a tax credit? Eh? This project will provide the necessary background information needed to complete the National Register nominations. So, you're probably wondering why the fuck I'm reading this right now. And then again, you may not be wondering. But if you're not wondering why I'm reading this, then you should be wondering. Okay? Just letting you know. Had to let you know that. People been looking for me. So I just said, let them know. Here I go. In the 1920s and 1930s, Inkster was home to African Americans working at the Ford River Rouge plant. Unable to find housing in Detroit, Dearborn, and other communities with discriminatory housing policies, they settled in a segregated area in southwest Inkster, living in overcrowded conditions. So, they couldn't get houses in Detroit, Dearborn, and other communities with discriminatory housing policies. So they had to settle in a segregated area. They act like you got better. Detroit, Dearborn, and other communities were segregated too, but they act like this a little less segregated. We just a little less segregated here. Okay? We got two kinds of music here, country and western. In the Southwest Inkster, see, I didn't even know Inkster had a Southwest. I know there's a Southwest Detroit. So there's a Southwest Inkster too? God damn. I didn't know there was a Southwest Inkster. I knew there was a Southwest Detroit. But obviously there's a Southwest Inkster. That just sounds like some hood ass Latinos. That's some Latinos that don't ever wear a shirt in the summertime. You know, it gets so hot. Spanish speaking folk, they just don't wear tops. They just don't wear a shirt. They get that hot. And it's not like they be having like the shirt with them. I've noticed that too. They don't even be having a shirt with them, like just in case they have to put a shirt on. They walk out the house literally with just their shorts on. They're cut off khakis. Yep. Hot. Okay. Where was I at here? Oh, in 1938, Henry Ford, so it was Henry, Hank Ford authorized the Ford Inkster project. So he basically put the projects up. You got to understand the man had a plan. I didn't plan for that to all rhyme like that. The man had a plan. Okay. His plan was to keep people on the job. Ford authorized the Ford Inkster project. He authorized it. Nobody else had to say so. He's like, I'm building this shit because I need some place for the niggas to stay. They work at the plant. I need them close by to improve housing for Ford's black workers by building 500 homes, 2 schools, and a medical center. He's like, look, y'all can live over there. You go to school over there, and something happen to you, you go to the hospital over there. He gave us like a community. You know, you just need a couple small businesses in there, a little law office, little doctor office, you know, black dentist, you know. Yeah. Ford did this. Ford segregated his own people, but he's like, fuck it. They'll be comfortable. They'll all be together. They'll feel good about each other. Yep. Ford did this. I'm in a different way with Ford right now. Anyway, sending all them goddamn jobs to Kentucky. We need the jobs here, Fords. I mean, y'all fucking up all the way around. We know you was gonna fuck up the football team once again, but you done sent them jobs to Kentucky, and now this. Now this. Mm, mm, mm. Ford stopped the aid in 1941 when black workers supported the unionization of the Willow Run bomber plant. So when black people banded with the unionization of the Willow Run bomber plant, he stopped the housing aid. He was like, see, I tried to help you niggas. I tried to build your homes, tried to build your schools, tried to build your hospital. And you gonna go over here and side with this fuck shit. Now, what I have to say is this. Okay. Did we need to get involved in that Willow Run bomber plant? That's all I'm asking. Did we need to be involved in that? Because black people always want to be taken up for somebody else's causes, even though a whole lot of people don't be taken up for black people's causes. So did we need to get involved in that Willow Run bomber plant, or could we have just kept minding our own motherfucking business, going to work at Ford, and kept getting some houses up in that bitch? More black folks. Could we have kept, he'd have just kept hooking us up with some housing. And who knows what comes after a couple generations and shit. You start spawning out motherfuckers going to college, going this, doing this, professional people. I mean, couldn't we have done that? Did we have to go get involved in the Willow Run bomber plant unionization shit? I've got to wonder. I'm not saying that I'm against unions, but I'm not saying that I'm for them either. What I am saying is, did we have to get involved in that shit? Because it kind of fucked us up. Ford stopped the fucking housing bag. He said, did you see it? You see this? You see these niggas out here picketing with them motherfuckers? Okay. Yep. Ford cut it off. He cut it off. He turned off the housing faucet. And shit got a little different out there. It got a little different out there. I'm sure it did. Because he was coming in with free money because he knew it was just bringing him more money to have these people to be comfortable enough to live in their own community, to be able to come work for him and for him to make them motherfucking cars. Henry Ford's probably like, I darn it. Told you, God. God don't like ugly. You don't like ugly. You done did it again. I was about to say some greasy shit again. And God got me. He just stopped me right in my tracks. Damn, God. It ain't even Sunday. When I say greasy shit on Sunday and start coughing, I really know what's happening. I know what's popping. Yeah, God fucking up. He fucking up the cast tonight, y'all. He ain't gonna let me say nothing out of pocket tonight. I already see that. I already see it. All right, JC. So, appreciate anybody on the Hap space, whether you're on YouTube. It's quiet in this motherfucker tonight, Free. You ain't had nobody to go back and forth with, but I appreciate you keeping up your enthusiasm in the chat, making sure that everybody knows where to find Friedman Media. And here's the thing. So, excuse me. Once he stopped that aid, yeah. I tell you that really must have been significant for him to be the sole, well, probably the main benefactor, maybe not the sole, but the main benefactor of that housing coup, and then to stop it. So other people probably came on in there. But here's the thing. Ford stopped the aid in 1941 when black workers supported the unionization of the Willow Run bomber plant. The UAW then lobbied for the construction of a federal public housing complex in Inkster for black defense workers, which was built in 1943 during the controversy surrounding Detroit's Sojourner Truth Homes and the Black Race Riot. See, that was before. Y'all understand? That was before the riots that we hear about. There was race riots well before the riots that we always hear about. By 1957, Inkster had an all-black housing commission. So, what they do for us? What they do for us? They broke a long-standing color barrier by approving and the development of a subdivision east of Inkster Road that was open to all races. So who got to those houses first? Still, as one of the few locations in the Metro Detroit area where African Americans could live prior to 1940, Inkster and its housing history serve as a microcosm of African American struggle for equality in housing, the greatest civil rights issue facing Metro Detroit in the 20th century, said Michigan State Historic Preservation Officer Mark A. Rodman. This study is crucial to preserving the history of the African American struggle. I I I am the it's funny to me that they literally put all of this together just to show how fucked up we were. This is literally, this is like, and now we're going to show you a timeline of when black people were just second class, period. I mean, we know about slavery, but this is still second class shit. And they're shining a light on it. We're pleased to receive this grant and looking forward to working with our local partners to document the history of black housing in Inkster. Black housing in Inkster. Okay. The one thing that I did want to get to, it's a little further down here. I just wanted to make note of this. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Where did I see that at? Or did it? Huh. Oh, wait a minute. So, like, like the money's been tossed around here, and it got down to the thing where it's like civil rights sites through the national. Okay, other SHPO civil rights grants include $500,000 for the replacement of failing roofs on the historic King Solomon Baptist Church, and $50,000 for the survey of civil rights sites in Muskegon County. 50,000. They just throw 50 bands around any old kind of way. And we need you to document this shit the way it happened. You're not going to have any arguments because everybody's fucking dead. Then you can do a survey of civil rights sites in Michigan. You know, survey means that means you just drive around, look at them, find them. Yeah, document them. 50 G's. Get in on that. Get in on that. But yeah, that's just one thing that, you know, that Big Gretch has up her sleeve right now. And I don't think anybody else has dug anything on the page. So for you say hello to people when they come in here. But ain't nobody saying anybody. Is anybody in that motherfucker? They ain't said shit, which is fine. Stay quiet. I don't really give a fuck if you say something or not. I mean, I'm actually, in a pretty decent mood, so I'm talking tonight. Yeah. I'm done with R. Kelly jokes for a couple days. He needs. They talking about he might snitch on some people. Who you gonna snitch on, dog? You got something that might lighten your years up because you're not getting out to your 100. I mean, who's he gonna snitch on? Who does R. Kelly have that he could actually say, "Hey, I know I did some fucked up shit, but here you go." Who would that person be in his life? I'm gonna snitch on somebody. Wow. Facing about 160 years or some shit. Hey, you guys know I don't think so, Robert. I don't think you're going to move the crowd with what you know anymore. Okay? And don't make it go too deep because in real life, they'll make you write down all that shit. And supposedly he can't read or write. I find that hard to believe, but then again, I don't. I mean, how could you have written all those songs, man? And you didn't know how to read and write? So all those songs are in his head? How did he do that shit? Because if you've heard him talk, he's really not as intelligent as you would think he should be. It's not a very bright man. He's one of those guys that, moves his lips when he reads and shit. He's one of those guys that, he's just not confident with himself. So he's going to try to minimize you to make himself better, even though he's a phenomenal person to have written all those songs or however he composed them. Let's just say compose, because you don't have to actually write to compose. So let's just say compose. He put those songs together. Okay. He composed those songs. I don't know how he did it, but he did. And doesn't matter. He's a goner. I think they're gonna run the gamut on him. I do. I just think they're gonna give him every fucking year they can give him. And they said if they do that, then the other people will pretty much just drop their cases and you know, it'll be lights out. No sense of going through trials and shit if he's already in fucking jail till he's 165. And so you know what? And we're gonna lump ours in there, give him another 30. We'll lump ours in there. I'm gonna give him another 40 bye. I mean, they say guilty on all charges. It's like we believed all this shit, nigga. We sat up here and listened to all the witnesses in all the cases. We believe all that shit. Guilty, 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 guilty. Oh shit, I missed one. Guilty. They fucking convicted him of everything. Dude, you didn't skate on one charge. Nobody likes you. Nobody. So I've been thinking, personally, I've been thinking that they could let all of this lie and several people, possibly tens of people, or maybe even hundreds of people, will walk scot free because I believe that they need to go down that path. I believe they need to be jumpsuited themselves. And I believe they need to be tried and convicted because there were some enablers out there who definitely took part in child rape. Let's call it what it is, child rape. Oh, just to let y'all know, that's the badge is up there. I already know what a badge is up there. I am Runaway Slave Patrol. I catch nobody. Well, I catch a white supremacist every now and then trying to chase a runaway slave, and then we have to deal with his ass. But the fist, everybody knows the fist. My daughter composed that. And then that's me and my altered ego, Kiefer Brotherland. And I'm Brother Shannon. And here's the thing: you're in the right space, whether you know it or not. You are actually in the right space right now. You are here as it is happening, and if you don't understand that you're in the right space right now, I would suggest you leave now. I need you to leave now. I want to see those numbers dwindle. I want to see the numbers go down because you don't believe that you're in the right space. You are indeed in the right space. Yes, you are. Yes, you is. So, man, y'all might not know. Have I been on? I don't know. So, my daughter came out and told the world she is going to be a mother. This is my baby, biological baby. I've got one younger, a blended baby. So, my biological baby, she is engaged. And they trying to set that date and all that. They doing all what they say, they doing too much. Because they was trying to look for a wedding date, I think, and then all of a sudden, boop, boop, the baby came and was like, oh, we're going to put a pause on something. You ain't going to put a pause on that baby. The baby going to come. Baby coming. My grandbaby is coming. So we'll see that in a few months. But yeah, I'm going to be a grandfather again. God is beautiful. God is beautiful. Why? Because I got beautiful grandkids. My grandkids just couldn't be just that beautiful without God. So I'm gonna give it to God. I'm gonna let go and let God create the beauty for my grandchildren. There we go. All right. So wonderful news there. So congratulations, K and D. Love you both. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Oh, I can't wait to hold my grandbaby. That's gonna be incredible. Incredible. So I'm not sure how much symbolism we're just going to continue to endure. And why in the fuck does it still make us feel so good? Symbolism. We fall for the symbolic trophy, hook, line, and sinker every motherfucking time. I mean, they shine that motherfucker up. What are you giving the niggas? Oh, dude, we're just giving them the symbolic trophy. Come on, man. We're not giving them anything real. It's just a symbolic trophy. But we're giving them a bigger one because we've given one this size before. So we're giving them a bigger one this year. We get symbolic awards, symbolic trophies, symbolic accolades, symbolic accomplishments. They do nothing for us. They're not worth anything Nada. So they are, I think that might have happened today, maybe. I don't know. I didn't see it. I don't even know if I stayed around long enough to listen to it because I was like, what? I had just read about the post office like getting into lending and shit, or, I think they're going to start basically cashing people's checks, which is a good thing. Take that shit out of the liquor store's hands and shit. Now, I cashed a few checks at liquor stores before, but they're not fair. They charge a motherfucker whose check it is way too much money, and they're not fair. And I think the post office will probably be fair. They probably charge some type of fee to keep that service going, but I don't think they're going to gouge them the way liquor stores. And I think liquor store would be like $1.00 and shit. You have $1,000 check, that's $10. You don't take $10 out my check just for me to give you one piece of paper, or you to give me several. All right, what you get? What you earn $10 for? So I think it's going to cut a big ass dent into the liquor store revenue, and then I don't know if they're going to do lending, like, you can get a loan to the post office, but I do know that they're talking about that being a huge issue with people cashing their checks. One of the things that I think that they'll do too, you getting your check cashed at the motherfucking post office, they about to have all your personal info, bro. Right on deck. We got your shit on deck. Yeah. Once you cash a check, we got your shit on deck. Once you cash a check, we got your shit on deck. Southern breeze has blown in this evening. Hello from Warner Robins, brother Tony D. I know you're just saying hi. You've been on 18 goddamn casts tonight. No, you just saying hi. Take your ass to sleep. Take your ass to sleep. Shit. So, what we about to do here, it's about to get real fucked up. Southern Breeze, how long have you been in the room? Have you been here long enough to understand where I'm going with these symbolic trophies? Because I don't know if you've heard about this. If you're not in Michigan, you probably haven't heard about this one. Oh, this is such a symbolic trophy. And the timing of it is really fucked up because it just kind of takes away from some shit that's supposed to be happening kind of positive in this bitch. So they just named a branch of the post office after Aretha Franklin. So the post office is the Aretha Franklin post office. Yeah. I mean, you got to think it's the Aretha Franklin post office, right? I don't know what it means to have her name on the post office because the post office is owned by the government. And just to be civil, the Aretha Franklin post. I mean, we have the Aretha Franklin Amphitheater. It used to be Shane Park. I still call it Shane. It's always gonna be Shane to me. My mama called it Shane. I'm gonna call it Shane. But everybody else calling it the Aretha because they going down there. I know there's a lot of motherfuckers, they get really into it and shit. They get really, I mean, where's the concert? I was down at the Aretha. Oh, Shane? No, Aretha. I'm like, motherfucker, that used to be Shane Park. But see, a lot of y'all motherfuckers didn't go to concerts back then. Y'all just now getting to these motherfuckers now. Y'all didn't have the money to go to concerts back then. So I get it. That's why y'all call it the Aretha. I call it Shane. Sorry. Don't be mad at me because I had motherfucking money 25 years ago. Shit. Yeah. Only concerts y'all motherfuckers go to be the ones that they have at the end of the carnival and shit. You know, the amusement parks and shit. Little fairs and shit. That's where I first saw Rihanna. That's where the girls first saw Rihanna and they did the Ponday relay shit. Yep. We used to go to concerts there. We used to go to concerts at the state fair, you know. You got to the concert, you went to concert, then you had to pay extra to get into that concert, you know. Yeah. And some people just watch outside the gate, and after a few years, they start putting up shields and shit. They didn't want mother, you didn't pay to get in here, you're not getting in. We don't want you listening either. Don't be ear hustling on the concert music, motherfucker. But yeah, I don't get it. Why do we need a Aretha Franklin post office? What's that going to do? How does that move our needle? By getting an Aretha Frank, do we have a Motown post office? Because I don't know. I've never heard of a post office being named after an individual, and there very well could be several or to several hundred post offices, but I've never heard of one. But the fact that her movie just came out, and then they had that other underwhelming showing by Cynthia Erivo, um, it, it, right now it's at the highest height, you know, for her to get post office named after. Yeah. Riri's post office. Welcome to Riri's. Can I get you some stamps? Really, motherfucker? You named the post office after Aretha Franklin. Boy, I tell you, you motherfuckers are really stretching. You don't want to talk no restorative justice. Like, what can we do that will do absolutely nothing to move the needle, but it'll just make some black people happy? Give Aretha Franklin a post office. So you motherfuckers ain't shit. Not shit. Nothing. Not shit at all. Nothing. Not laughing, not joking. So I'm trying to get over some things. I had stopped the music and everything. Boy, I'd be off my shit. So I enjoy what I'm doing here tonight for the most part. I enjoy it until it gets difficult. I don't think what I do should get difficult. I don't think what I do should be difficult. I'm just speaking from here and here, you know. I don't believe anything that I do should be difficult. But sometimes it is difficult. Because sometimes some of you motherfuckers, you just don't know how to act. Not act. That's ACT. I'm talking about act. ACK. Some of you motherfuckers just don't know how to act. And I'm getting sick of that shit. Sick of it. So, what we're going to do is we're going to call fuck shit out. If we start to see fuck shit just like on a regular basis, then we're just going to call fuck shit out regular. Now, this is one of the longer videos, so I'm going to start doing some shortened videos. This was at the suggestion of about 5, 6, 7 people. 5, 6, 7. Not a lot. I didn't do a big survey. I just did a small survey asking about the cast. And they said, can you be that impactful in a shorter period of time? And I was like, well, not with multiple topics, probably with one or two, maybe. He said, how about just one? Just how about just going in on one topic and seeing how short you can get it, how concise you can just make it just one punch. Right. So I was fucking with what they were saying. I dug it. I dug it. So I'm going to do some short ones. I want you guys to tell me how you like them. You might not like them at all. You might not even like the long videos. I don't know why you're here, but you know. Some people just ain't got shit else to do, so they'll just watch these motherfuckers. And once again, peace to everybody out in the Hap space, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. This is the only time I post on Twitter. I need to get in there and piss somebody off again. I pissed Rolly's people off. They came at me. Whew, the rolling hive. I'm like, it's just little old me, y'all. I ain't be got no weapon. But it is what it is. What it is, what it is. I went right back into some Aretha shit. I guess because I'm in the Aretha Franklin post office spirit. Can I get some of those RESPCT stamps? Oh, man. Oh, you know what they could do right now for Breast Cancer Month? They could do the pink Cadillac stamps. Yeah. You never thought about that. The pink Cadillac. Yeah. We going riding on a freeway. And, you know, on the pink Cadillac. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Do it. You do it. The pink Cadillac, the freeway of love stamps. Man, they know how to give us something and give us nothing at the same time. And we fall for that shit. We feel good about it. God damn. Why we feel so good about it? Why we do that? Why we do that? Summer Breeze, do you understand the symbolic shit? I mean, are you rolling with me on that? Or does she just pop in and pop out? I need somebody to tell me that I'm not crazy on this one. That's all I need somebody to tell me I'm not crazy on this one. Did we need an Aretha Franklin post office? Really? Oh, my music is by M. Fasal. The music you are listening to is by M. Fasal. I need to start saying that, and I need to get another disclaimer because I don't believe it is a copyright infringement. I think his stuff is royalty free. But he did ask if you do play his music to say his name, and his name is M. Fasal. So check him out. That's M period, capital Fasol. M. Fasal. I would think maybe is it M. Fasol? Oh, you know what? That's kind of dope. M. Fasol. Yeah, I like that. If it's M. Fasal, then I changed to M. Fasal. I think you should roll with that one. Sounds sweeter. But yeah, man, that's whose music this is and shit. I need my own theme shit, man. I need my own theme shit. But right now I'm using Infosol, because it shit kind of it kind of blends really decent, you know, with my streams. And I never really know where the levels are sometimes because I listen to it through the phones. But, you know, hey, thanks, family. Thank you. Sometimes Free be rolling with me and shit, and I'll be like, I gotta ask somebody else's shit, because Free could just be like, she's, but I appreciate somebody else speaking out on that shit, because it ain't right. Symbolic shit. Okay, so here's the other thing too. So I did a cast a couple of weeks ago about a football team that forfeited a game because they had been verbally abused on the junior varsity level. So the varsity team forfeited the game. Now, the next week, my alma mater went to their home field and beat the dog shit out of them, because that's what you're supposed to do when somebody calls you out your name. And then you just start slapping them in the head and saying, what's my name? And you make them say the right name, because they say the wrong name all that time, but then you make them say the right name. What's my name? What's my name, motherfucker? They'll say it. They'll say it. They'll submit. They will submit, or they'll die on the battlefield. We don't give a fuck. Whatever comes first, bro. It's up to you. It's up to you how you want this to play out. So that happened, and that was in the state. That was in the state. That was real close here. One of the schools is in Ann Arbor, and the other one's right down the road, about 40 minutes down the road. And like I said, we went down there and took care of business. And I was so thankful to see so many brothers that came out that night. You don't see a lot of brothers that come out, if their kid ain't playing. But there was a lot of brothers who weren't parents of football players, who were just there as observing citizens. Now, we was there because we wanted to make sure some shit didn't jump off. If some shit jumped off, woo, it wouldn't have been good down in that motherfucker. Because some brothers came down there, we cheered the brothers on, we cheered the youngins on, made sure that they got in and up out of there. We walked out with them, right to the bus. We know they'll get a little greasy and shit. I remember winning in towns like that, and we used to have to wear our helmets out the goddamn place, because they said, thinking that they might throw bottles and shit through the windows and all kinds of shit. So yeah, we used to have to wear our helmets up out the joint until we got on the highway. Real shit. So yeah, where I'm at now, man, I'm seeing that, and then I'm thinking, okay, they ain't did nothing to Bedford. Now Bedford said they closing their investigation. They closing their investigation because they said they ain't got no proof that this shit really happened. So we need more proof. Kid just saying he got called a nigger. We can't go with that. He said it was number 57. I can't go with that. Really? But no coaches and no refs heard it, so we can't go with that. What? Him right there. He's the one that called me nigger. Oh, that's hearsay. Really? So yeah, they literally closed the case on that case. Now the shit done happened again. Just happened last week. In the middle of the game, somebody called somebody a nigga. You're playing football. Why you gotta be a nigga? Why you gotta call him something that doesn't even require you to, nigga? Why? Why do you need to do that? But they do it. They do it. So this time, in the middle of the game, it was heard and they stopped the game. It was like the third quarter, I think they said. The third quarter, they just said, fuck it, this game's over. So then the team took a 2-0 forfeit. Stopped the shit. Like, no, not today, motherfuckers. You motherfuckers know the rules. You know the rules. and you broke the rules. That's all it is. That's it. You broke the rules, so now you know what happens happens. This shit is so striking to me that we have to deal with the kind of shit that we have to deal with. And like I said, Michigan's a great place to raise a family, but Michigan's got its dichotomous fucked upness too. Okay? Yes, it does. Michigan is very confusing if you don't know how to manipulate Michigan. You got to know how to manipulate the mitten. If you don't, you kind of wallow in the mire, you kind of survive quicksand. That's all. If you don't know how to maneuver, it's really fucked up out here. It can be really, really good if you know how to maneuver out here. If you don't know how to maneuver, you're kind of fucked. I ain't gonna lie. You fucked. You are. No lie. I should have did an IG live while I was doing this one tonight. I don't know why I didn't. Nothing was stopping me. Oh boy. All right. Huh. What's that, Bruce Willis? So definitely check out the shorter clips that are going to be coming along because they're going to be really, really rapid fire type. I don't know when I'll start them. Who knows? I might start one in the middle of the night tonight. I don't know. 'Cause it's never about seeing how many people I can get like just ramped up on a stream. I know what the fuck I say is not a very popular subject to talk about. I know talking about white supremacy, racism, bigotry is not very popular. I would probably be better served if I talked about reality TV and, the basketball wives and the football wives and the badminton wives and the tunk wives and domino wives. I'd be fucking really popular and shit. If I did a whole bunch of sensationalized, salacious fucking jargon, that's just not me, man. I'm not that guy. Never will be. Never could be. Ever. I'm not that guy. So, what I'm trying to figure out now where is the real movement towards reparations going to come from? Is it going to come from like the scholars and we're going to need them to put things together? Are there more grassroots things that we can do to push the envelope? I just want to know. I see that they're moving and grooving over in California, putting some local legislation, statewide legislation together. And I don't know exactly what the outcome of that will be, but it looks like they're headed in the right direction. Is that where other states need to align? I want to know that. And seeing that we don't have that many people in here, we've got enough, but we ain't got that many people in here. Y'all gotta say some shit. Y'all gotta speak up. Y'all are for reparations, right? Y'all don't have a bunch of motherfuckers in here that aren't for reparations, right? Y'all do know that we need to be repaired, correct? Deal. You do know that, right? You do know that. Speaking of repaired, let me take a couple things off. I'm gonna take me off there. I can take me off there. So, um, 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 uh, 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 mm, 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 mm. So, I'm just getting this right here, just, because I want to do this. I want to bring this one up. I just felt that this is just yet another smear on black people. And I know people think I dig real deep to find racism. You goddamn right. You right. I appreciate that. Thank you. I resemble that remark. Thank you. So think about this. I know it's fucked up out here for a lot of us, black folks. I'm using black to be concise. I ain't trying to upset the Hebrew Israelites. And I ain't trying to upset the Moors. And I ain't trying to upset the Muslims. I ain't trying to upset motherfuckers who maybe have multiple races, but one being black. I'm not trying to upset the people of color. I am strictly talking about Negroes because that's who's directly affected by this more than anybody. But it says more than 70,000 Michigan driver's licenses become eligible again. What you need to know. More than 70,000 Michigan driver's license become eligible again. What you need to know. Now, I need to know, what is the ratio of drivers, black to white, white to black? I want to know what the percentage of that 70,000 is. How many African American drivers are eligible again out of the 70,000? Because the way they're making it seem, it's all niggas. I mean, look who they put as the fucking model of this shit. If you don't get the fuck out of here. So you trying to say, out of all the motherfuckers who are about to get eligible again, we better put a black woman in there because shit, statewide, are we even fucking 15%? What do they say? We 14, 15% of the population? Let me see, in the state of Michigan, are we even the national average? Michigan. Uh-oh. I want the Michigan Wikipedia. There we go. Michigan Wikipedia. The Wikipedia for Michigan. Demographics, goddammit. Let's just get to it. It's all about this. 78.9%, 14.2, right on the nose. We're right at the national average. Yeah. Yeah. Right at the national average, 14. Okay. With that being said, if you were trying to entertain, and we're 14%, so let me go on and get out of here and get a calculator. Let me get a calculator. Okay. If they just do us at the national average, which is the same as the average in Michigan from white to black, out of the 70,000 drivers, we would only be 14,000. I'm sorry. 9,800 for the 14%. If we were 14% of the population, 14% of 70,000 is 9,800. Why would the lady on the fucking driver's license showing that the new renewal thing is happening, why would that lady be black? Predominant number of the drivers aren't going to be black. Why would that be black? Why did they advertise this for black people? Is it only black people whose licenses are fucked up in the state of Michigan? I mean, I know that there are several, because I know them. But is it enough to constitute having the black lady put on the driver's license? Having June Marie Sample put on the license? Where she live? 123 Main Street? What, 123 North State Street? I like when they put the fake addresses and shit. Be like, that doesn't exist. And I guess that's why I'm doing it too. Yeah. The hate that hate made. This is just more shit to just say, 70,000 drivers and, who knows how many black people it is, but we're going to make this because it's a negative thing. They're trying to make it seem like it's a positive thing. It's not a positive thing. It's just news. It's a negative thing that you're just now becoming eligible again to drive, even though you've been driving all this time without no L's. Yeah. What you need to know, you better get that information. Moving right along. Moving right along. So, no need to talk about being called a nigger anymore. Shit. Oh, boy. I thought this was pretty neat. Let me bring this up. It shows, Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs. And frankly, I don't even know the motherfucker's name who started Twitter. I have never known his name. And I don't even post on Twitter. I guess those two have something to do with each other. Anyways. It says, I made Facebook, and I made Apple, and I made Twitter. I ain't never seen Katherine Jackson as gangster looking, but they gave her a gangster ass pose. Now, I don't even know how old she was then. But they gave her a gangster pose, and she's like, bitch, please. I made the Jacksons. That's a lot of goddamn babies, too. Hey, a lot. What's that? 3, 5, 8? Damn. That's crazy. Wait a minute. Jermaine's missing. 9. 9. They had 9, dog. 9 kids. Joe was wearing that thing out. Joe Jackson. I don't know why people can't say that Joe Jackson is one of the greatest fathers ever lived. They don't like that. They don't like that because Joe wielded a sword. Moist ass motherfuckers. Joe did what he had to do to get them boys to the top. The first family of music. Goddamn right. The first family of music. Shit. Ain't nobody better than the Jackson 5. Ain't nobody better. Put up another family. What other family could fuck with the Jackson 5? It ain't happening. It ain't happening, Captain. But yeah, man. Nick Cannon talking about he want to be celibate. I guess so, nigga. You had 7 babies this year. Shit. You not gonna be celibate, nigga. You just gonna take a rest. There's a difference. Celibacy is not just not having sex. It's a whole thing that comes behind celibacy. You just gonna take a rest. You just gonna get an ice pack for your balls, dog. Shit. 7. Nick's on 7, man. So young. How old is Nick? 42, 41? He's a young cat. Got a lot of babies. You can't do nothing but have a Sprinter van. You're not putting all your kids in shit but a Sprinter van, one of them old school 15 passenger boys. 7. You got 7 plus you, that's 8. Ain't no 8-seaters out here unless they got rows in them. You might as well just get you a bus. Let's get you a bus, Nick. Get you a driver, man, so you can sit in the back and play with them kids, man. You need all the time you can get. You ain't got no time to be driving the kids to the function. Your ass need to be back there playing with them goddamn kids. You got 7 of them. 7 of them. Damn. 7. I don't get it. I don't get it. Mm. 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 So, this is something that I did not know. I did not know this. It was frustrating when I found this out. They told us so much, but so little on 9/11. And they don't talk about these things. My arm like had a weird ass twinge to it. Just making sure I ain't losing feeling in my shit, making sure I ain't having no stroke on the air. If I have a stroke, you motherfuckers tell him, God damn it. He was just talking just fine, and then all of a sudden, nothing. Y'all could be my witness and shit. I don't want people to be thinking I was in here doing some drugs and shit, and I went off into some epileptic seizure and shit. I was doing just fine, and then, hey. They gonna nothing happen to me about just smoking that joint. Say, let's not be in here doing some illicit shit. Anyways, they told us so much, but then they told us so little. I'm gonna pull these other ones down here because I need to be. So, has anybody ever seen that before? I had never seen this before. I've never seen this. This young lady was on one of the 9/11 flights. I've never heard about her. And I don't know if she was flying with her parents. She was 11 years old, said Asia Cotton was on Flight 77 on 9/11. She was on the way to receive her award for a National Geographic essay contest. 11 years old. 11 years old. Black girl magic in an airplane. Mm. Yeah. To know, because we heard about the people in the towers, but you don't really ever hear about the passengers that were on these planes. But now, knowing that this baby lost her life, what were the last moments of her life like? She was in sheer fear. I'm thinking. I just started her day off thinking she was going to receive an award. She ends up dying. That's hard for me to put together and make sense of, but I understand it because I understand the world we live in. I, I mm. Like I said, I don't know if her parents were on the plane too, or is she just was going to the awards ceremony by herself. Seems strange that she would be going by herself. Like one parent wouldn't have, you know, been with her. But I don't know. I think I'm gonna dig into this story. I don't generally go chasing them down, but this one has intrigued me. It's intrigued me. So understanding where we are, where we got time wise. Oh, we're $1:42. We've been in an hour and 42 minutes, you know. I want people to win, and I talk about this a lot. I want people to win because I generally don't want people to lose, you know. But I know there's always going to be losers. There's always going to be losers. Somebody's got to lose. I'd rather that person lose to somebody that was better than them because he exemplified effort, they exemplified effort, and they just won out. I don't want to see anybody win because of default, basically. Like, you know, that's not a win. Somebody else fucking gave up for you to win. That's not a win. They take the L, you don't really get the dub. You just don't get the L. I haven't figured out exactly when a motherfucker's gonna get the message, but I just want to let people know, anybody know that was looking for me? Oh boy. I'm here. Talk shit if you want to, but tomorrow we're gonna start doing a little bit of what do you call it? Damage control. Absolutely. So I appreciate everybody that's been here tonight, and I appreciate everybody that will be here tomorrow. Hopefully, I am one of those people. To 11-year-old Asia Cotton on 9/11, 2001. She'd be 31 years old. She'd be a grown woman, possibly with a family, had she made it. She got took up out of here by some crazed motherfucking maniacs. Friends of motherfuckers who stayed in the White House. But I digress. Either way, Asia Cotton didn't deserve what happened to her and whoever was flying with her and whoever was flying on those planes. They didn't deserve to have that happen to them over a fight from two dickless motherfuckers who were running countries. Because that's just not little dick energy. That's dickless energy. Where y'all can't work it out to the point where you got motherfucking militants that will run airplanes into buildings. I don't know. I don't know where we going with this shit, man. I mean, it's just, it makes absolutely no sense that then 11-year-old Asia Cotton had to succumb to that lunacy. But she did. She did. That's why we got to protect our babies every way we can. And I know it's very, very difficult to protect them from situations like this. Nobody understood that situation. I still don't understand it. And I definitely don't understand it when you have an 11-year-old who thinks she's about to see the highest height of her young life, receiving the National Geographic Essay Contest Award. She dies. She dies a violent death. The blood's on someone's hands, I know. And there's I'm not gonna put any theories tonight, but I think we know who is culpable. That's a great word, culpable. And I definitely know who's culpable and flat out responsible. But I'm gonna go on and get up out of here because I don't want to be on here for 2 hours. Even though I think I've said enough, for the most part, I've been talking. I think I talked maybe like 10 minutes or something like at the beginning, but I was talking, but I wasn't like, into it just yet. But so fast forward, if you're catching this right now, fast forward like 8-10 minutes, and I'll probably be talking about some personal shit, and then I get into the subject. So I'm letting you know. I don't have to like falsely advertise my shit, nothing like that. I already told you, my topics aren't popular anyway. So I'm not always in this thing to, get somebody's attention. If I was, I'd have some bitch behind me twerking. That would get you doing the big bank challenge. This shit's about the dumbest shit ever. And these little girls with these little struggle booties doing the big bank challenge. Come on, girl. You ain't got a big bank. That's not even a piggy bank. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Stop doing it. And the ones y'all using the leggings to hike your booty up a little bit more, that's not a big bank. Nope. That's assistance. That's some loan assistance. No. You wearing them leggings that help your booty? No. That is loan assistance. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what that is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the ones who got way, way, way too much ass to be doing the big bang challenge, y'all bankrupt. Y'all doing the big bankrupt challenge. because you're overextended. So I just want to let motherfuckers know, if you've been looking for me, I just ran an hour and 50 minutes, bitches. I've been here. 9/11 was my first day at barber school. Leonard's Barber College, St. Louis. Damn, that's crazy, bro. That had to be a crazy ass day. Peace to my brother Antoine tipping in here. Yeah, man, I was in the car business and shit. And we had just came out of the sales meeting and shit. We was getting our coffees ready and everything, you know. And that shit just happened. It happened once, but we walk away and shit, and a few minutes later, I mean, another one just did it. Like, whoa, what the fuck? Little did I know I'd be talking about it 20 years later. I wasn't just talking about the towers, and I was talking about this young queen that had to die at the age of 11 because of these psychotic motherfuckers. Mm. But man, I've been living it. I've been living it for the last 20 and understanding how this world changed on that day. Oh my God, so many things changed on 9/11. Some of y'all don't even understand what changed on 9/11, but woo, the world tightened up, man. It tightened up. So, the Cotton family, respect to you and respect to anybody else that lost loved ones and knows anybody that lost loved ones. We have great individuals and we are great people. But when we have one that's cut off at 11, and we've had so many other ones that have been struck down in their early age. Emmett Till was young. All them young black boys they used to put in the penitentiary, even strung some up. They've taken so much greatness from us just from violence, just being fucking violent. And they got to fucking with other countries and shit. Then they get violent with us, and then they come over here. Oh, hey, we're gonna run some goddamn planes in some buildings, man. Why couldn't they just get some shit from the airports and shit and just run some shit in there? Well, I guess they would have killed people in the, you know. It's not really a winning situation unless they had just ran the goddamn planes into some empty buildings or something. I don't know, man. Shit. I don't want nobody to die, but goddamn it, if you got a bomb strapped to you and shit, better you than me, motherfucker. Better you than me. Kaboom. But yeah, we're gonna get out of here, babe. I appreciate everybody in the Hap Space, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope. Rest in peace. Got to switch that Twitch account. That's something I'll do in the next, I don't know, 6 months. But I appreciate y'all. Y'all be good out here. Or don't. One love. Nope. Right before I got off, he said, I remember going to the airport. Absolutely. You could go all the way to the goddamn plane. You just wasn't getting on that motherfucker. You didn't have a ticket. You wasn't getting on it. And right after 9/11, you had to start letting motherfuckers off at the damn door. Change just that quick. You're like, oh shit. No more walking your family member to the motherfucking plane. What's that got to do with anything? It wasn't the motherfucker that was in the airport that blew up the goddamn Trade Center. Them motherfuckers had tickets. They got on the plane. Shit. I'm gonna tighten up your security a little bit. Them motherfucker said, no, you're not even getting close. Well, I got a 3-year-old. No. No. Oh, I got a stroller. No. Going through, everybody going through. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But y'all be good. I'll at you.